Hello everybody, this is BladeCrossEXE and it's time for another unboxing and review video, this time for a game controller. This is the Hyperkin X91 90 style controller with the MegaMan 11 print on it. I do already own one of these, but it's in kind of beat up condition, and I, for some reason, couldn't find it, so I can't show you how the beat up one looks compared to the brand new one, but I don't really think that'll make that much of a difference. It's just the red joystick is kind of falling apart, like the grip is tearing and the cable is not shorting out, but it's a little finicky. But anyway, I decided to get a brand new one because I like to play with MegaMan peripherals. But I was a bit disappointed by the original one and by this one that despite it being an Xbox controller, it is wired. It is perfectly wired, completely wired, and cannot be wireless. So therefore, you can't, like, you know, sit on the other side of the room with it. You gotta have it within the cable's length. And I know Hyperkin did a bunch of these controllers with different prints. I do think it's kind of funny that they slapped MegaMan on there like that. Oh, a little silica gel. Yeah, don't eat that stuff. It's bad for you. Set the box aside for now. So here we have, it's kind of SNES inspired. It absolutely looks like a Super Nintendo controller, but it's got a joystick right here, and the D-pad would normally be over here on SNES controller, so because it's Xbox, they have these closer together. Now, I will say, despite it fitting kind of comfortably in my hand, despite my hands being so big, I'm not a fan of the triggers back here. They feel, they're not stiff, but they're kind of bulky and they're kind of in the way, and the bumpers are honestly probably a bigger offender than the triggers themselves, because look at how wide those are. Yeah, that's common practice for a Super Nintendo controller, and for that, that's fine. But I don't know how well that'd work in a game like Halo or Metal Gear Rising or Transformers War for Cybertron, anything like that. It'd be perfectly fine, because like it's perfectly fine for Mega Man games, because I did a stream a while back where I ran through Mega Man X for Xbox One using this controller, and with the exception of the controller being damaged and like having a few small bug outs, it worked perfectly well for that, because you only need like these buttons. But I am going to record some footage of me playing another couple games that utilize the full package, and we'll see how well that does. So that's it for my review on the hand feel. But you see it's got the headphone port right there, which is good because not every Xbox One controller has that. Print on the front looks fine. I do think it's kind of funny that they put the you can see that's the barrel of the Buster. They put the red right there on the barrel of the Buster, so it's like he's blasting at you. I do think it's kind of funny. And I am a sucker for this kind of stuff anyway. Kind of disappointed the print didn't continue down further, but, you know, that's all they got on the top of this anyway, so they may not have had extra to go with, but they might have, I'm not sure. But I do kind of wish that we had gotten, like, a Nintendo Switch or a PS4 controller to match the Battle Network Legacy Collection when it came out, but unfortunately the Xbox didn't get theirs. But if you use Steam, then you can still use this while you play that game. And I'll probably test that out on Steam Deck to see how this controller works with some of the other games that use more than just the face buttons. So yeah, now let's cut ahead to some gameplay, and I'll give my thoughts on that as I show you how the gameplay goes. In order to give this controller a thorough test, I took it for a spin through 4 different games through 3 completely different game genres. The games in question are Halo Reach, Halo 2 Anniversary, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and good old Mega Man X3 via the X Legacy Collection. And all in all, I'd say the controller works just fine. Once my hands became used to the somewhat cumbersome shape, I would say that my gameplay in Halo was only marginally worse than if I was using a traditional Xbox controller due to the difference in muscle memory. For The Force Unleashed, everything played just fine, and there seemed to be no issues from the controller or my performance. As for Mega Man X3, I did take a sizable number of hits and couldn't even beat Blast Hornet, but I'm willing to chalk that up to my lack of experience with X3 and the port's natural input lag, and less based on what controller I was using. In short, I think the controller plays just fine, and if you're okay with a somewhat odd shape and feel, and if you're a fan of Mega Man, then I would say give it a shot if you can. But now, for any future Mega Man games that I record on Xbox, and possibly Steam, I feel like I'm obligated to use this controller to make the experience complete. This has been BladeCrossEXE with Flashing Blades Productions. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.